RV recalls and quality control issues. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful day here in Arizona. It's a little bit rainy today. Wanted to take today to fill you in on some current safety recalls and some quality control issues that I've come across. While it's been raining here in Arizona, I've had a lot of time to do a little bit of online research and check out what's going on in the RV industry. So wanted to take today to relay some of that information to you. But those of you that are new to the channel, usually you're gonna see a lot of really cool content like this. Before we get into today's video, I want to share with you a product that I highly recommend, the Mouse Blocker Pro. One of the worst things you can have happen to your coach is rodents or mice get inside and chew the wires up. It can destroy your property. I highly recommend the Mouse Blocker Pro. It uses high-pitched noises that are above the frequency of the human ear. Completely safe, there's no chemical. I'll leave a link in the description below. Okay, I was trying to walk around with cool RVs in the background while I talk to you guys about RVs, but it's raining too much, so I'm gonna take a seat here in my car. Sadie's just hanging out, being very patient this morning. Just want to relay this information. Okay, let's get to business here. So there's two RV recalls that I want to talk about, and then I want to talk about some stuff that I saw in a Facebook group. Now, those of you that are thinking about getting into RVing, if you want to hear about all of the problems people are having, I highly recommend get on different Facebook owners groups and you'll hear all of the different problems that people are having. So there's one today that I want to tell you about, but before we get into that, also a huge thanks to rvtravel.com. That's one of the websites that I get a lot of my RV news from. I highly recommend them. There's two recalls that both have to do with the same type of problem. And because it's a safety recall is the only reason that I talk about it. There's hundreds of different RV recalls going on, but I'm going to talk about these two particular recalls because I think there could be a safety hazard out there. The first one is Forest River. On the 2020 Georgetown and FR3 models, it's possible that the hitch, the receiver hitch, isn't properly fastened down. The title of the article on rvtravel.com is Forest River Motorhome Recall, Hitch ball could detach. So if you're in a 2020 Forest River, Georgetown, or FR3, this is something you want to pay close attention to because the last thing you want is a trailer or a tow vehicle detaching while you're going down the road. That could be very dangerous. The trailer hitch bolts may have not been properly tightened, which could cause the hitch to detach from the chassis. This is something we definitely would not want to happen. Forest River is going to notify dealers, which will properly torque the bolts free of charge. Now, hopefully they can get you into dealers, because if you've watched a lot of videos on quality control, we know it's not easy to get into the dealership, so not a good situation at all. If you own one of these 2020 Georgetown or FR3 motorhomes, you can take it to the Forest River dealership and they will torque the bolts free of charge. The recall is expected to begin February 10th, 2020. Which, this doesn't make sense. The recall is beginning in 2020, so just be on high alert. Make sure you guys share this. If you know anyone that owns a 2020 Forest River Georgetown or FR3, make sure you let them know. And if you see one going down the road and it's towing a trailer or has a tow vehicle, you may want to be extra cautious. So owners may also contact the National Highway Safety Administration hotline at
1-888-327-4236.
Also, owners may contact Forest River's customer service at
574-296-7600.
That's the first recall that I heard about. Pretty sketchy what's going on. So there's a whole bunch of recalls, but that's one that I wanted to bring up to you guys. The other recall actually has to do with a brand that's actually very near and dear to my heart. Actually, I have a jacket, and this was not by design, but I just happened to put, this is my cold weather jacket on my Airstream jacket. So Eddie Bauer, really nice jacket, by the way. So my very first RV was an Airstream. So definitely don't want to blast them, but there's another recall that could have some safety repercussions I want to bring up in today's video. And after that, we're going to talk about some quality control issues that have to do with Tiffin as well. So we've got all kinds of fun stuff for you today. So this Airstream article is on RV Travel as well. And this article is titled, I think they might be clickbaiting them. No, this title has a little more serious of a title. It says, if you own one of these trailers, do not tow it. So here's what's going on with the Airstream recall. This is on rvtravel.com by Chuck Woodbury. Chuck Woodbury is the editor over there. Airstream is recalling nearly 2,000 trailers because of a welding error that could result in the RV's ball couplers not providing enough clamping force, which could cause the trailer and tow vehicle to separate. You heard that right, guys. That's a little bit sketchy, and that's another reason that I'm making this video. If you own an Airstream or know anybody that owns a newer Airstream, make sure this gets passed along to them. I'll get into the exact models here in just a second. So the recall states that the trailer were to be if the trailer were to be disconnected, it could become a road hazard, resulting in a crash, which could result in personal injury. Yeah, if an Airstream trailer becomes disconnected, it's like a freaking missile going down the road, just with no control. Super sketchy. So this is definitely something that you want to make sure you pass along to anybody. Now, so how do you even get your trailer to the dealership? If they have all these sketchy trailers out there in all kinds of different remote locations, that would be kind of sketchy. So the company will contact owners by phone, if possible, to notify them of a recall and tell them not to tow their trailer until it is checked by a dealer. Well, how do they get it to a dealer to check it? They're going to have to figure that out. Airstream learned of the recall through social media in early October. A trailer was posted on video showing his Demco hitch coupler detaching from the ball hitch while in the latch position. I did talk to someone else that's in the industry that said that they experienced kind of a similar, they noticed that the coupler seemed like it wasn't super tight. So if you know someone with any of these trailers, tell them or send them the following web address so that they can read the article. It's on rvtravel.com / Airstream-recall. So here are the models affected in the Airstream recall.
All 2020 and 2019 models. So the 2020 Airstream Bambi, the 2020 Airstream Basecamp, Airstream Carvel 2020, Airstream Classic 2019 and 2020, the Flying Cloud 19 and 20, the Globetrotter 19 and 20, International 19 and 20, Nest 19 and 20, Sport 19 and 20, and the Tommy Bahama 19 and 20. So
just keeping you guys in the loop here. The quality control issue that I read about this morning on Tiffin was a gentleman had posted some pictures basically saying that he has a 2020 Tiffin Allegro bus, I believe, that has the LED lighting below it. He had mentioned that while he was sitting outside with his lights on, that he noticed that they were very dim in certain sections of the lights. So he got under there and noticed that they had painted basically right over the lights. There was, places that the lights hadn't been taped off, and whatever happened, he's under his coach basically removing the stuff from the LED lights. And while we talk about LED lights, I think it's a really cool package. Actually, my good friends Court and Heather with Midlife Prevo, my good friends that actually gave me these glasses as a gift. Such good people, just awesome people. But they just had LED lights installed on their 2003 Prevo Millennium coach. So I want to do, and it looks so good. They were out in California posting some pictures of that. It looks so good. So I want to do some future videos about aftermarket LED lighting on coaches. I know a couple people that can help me do that, and I may even do that with my Tiffin Phaeton. So I'm gonna try to do that in some future videos. But wanted to keep you guys in the loop of everything going on. Greatly appreciate all of you watching today's video. If you want to keep in the loop on more RV related content like this, please consider subscribing. Hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.